Welcome to Relatively Refined. My name is Patty, and buckle up because today's video is a bit of a roller coaster. So it is just after Christmas when most of this footage is included, and there is a lot going on around here. So I am going to take you along for a crazy day full of undecorating from Christmas, a little bit of cleaning, a little bit of organizing, a little glimpse into some future plans for 2023, and a little trip to the grocery store to get some paperwhite bulbs. So stick around. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy the content, and thanks again for watching. Enjoy. We had a ham for Christmas dinner, and so I made this frittata with the leftovers, and it was delicious. Just had to share that with you. Generally around New Year's Day or January 2nd, I start to undecorate, and I go throughout the house and I gather all of my Christmas decorations and items, and I move them all into my dining room. I just pile them up on the table or the floor, and I continue to walk around the house to make sure I didn't miss anything. And that gives me time to make sure it's all together, and then to gather the tubs or the totes from the basement and bring them up. I try to use red totes so that I know they are for Christmas decorations. And then I wrap things and put them together. It's also a really good time to consolidate like items and to review and edit the things I have, maybe get rid of a few things. And also I take advantage of some after Christmas sales, so I invariably have tags and bows and wrapping paper and other Christmas items that I've purchased for the following year. So this is a good way to gather things together, make sure you haven't forgotten anything, and prepare to pack it away for another year.
I think this is the season of piles, the after Christmas piles. This is paperwork I need to go through. Paperwork is a problem in my home. We don't have a great system, so I think that'll be a 23 resolve to try to figure out our best way to organize paperwork. Right now I have piles of it in this basket, piles of it all over the place. See, more piles. No light here. This is my mudroom. You can see my mess. So that is recycling under there. Compost waiting to go out, returnables, and then this basket here is hats, mittens, and evidently zip ties, reusable bags. So I'm going to tidy and tackle this area today. And with the pile theme, we have a pile of games that we got for the Christmas holiday. We are avid board game players. So these need to be put down where we keep our games in the basement. And let me just show you another thing, another pile. These are my stairs. Does anyone else do this? Where you put items on the stairs, hoping when people, let me turn a light on, hoping when people head upstairs that they bring them.
So here you can see I did clean up the table in my mudroom. Just cleaned off the surface, took out the compost, took out the recycling and put a fresh bag underneath. And then I just tidied up the hats and gloves that were in this basket. I don't expect them to stay this way, but once they have a home, I can just add it to my routine. I also found that we had a ton of extra body spray upstairs, so I brought one down to keep there. Just check yourself at the door. There's a hair tie and some body spray, so as you're heading out, that's kind of what you need. And underneath, again, this is never going to be perfect, but I thrifted this huge basket, which I love, and I keep my recycling in that. And once that bag fills, I just bring it out to the tote that is in the garage. I cleaned off the surface, lit the lamp, and that's really all there is to it. So now that I have a home for everything, this should stay pretty clean. It's time to tidy up my living room. I don't like to show this space that much because it's very dark. It doesn't film well, but I am going to be doing some improvements to it. And while I love this couch, this is what I have to do every day. The cushions get smushed and it's just so hard to keep their shape. So I try to reshape them each and every day and fluff them up and do my best to make it look decent in this room. But it is an ongoing battle. We have ordered a new window for this room because our living room is extremely dark. Outside of those windows is a porch, a covered porch, and those are the only windows in the room. So we are going from a bank of 2 windows to 3. So where you see that picture to the left will be another window. We also plan to change the trim around the windows and put in some raised panels on the bottom third of the room, so that would be just above the couch. This big mirror will be removed and I will put up either some artwork that is on my list of 2023 items I'll be thrifting for, or another mirror with some sconces on either side. Again, mirrors are also on my 2023 thrifting wish list. We will also be selecting colors for this room. Some of the ideas I'm looking at now with the wider trim would be a white wall and a trim color that is a colonial color, either in the tan category or in a grayish green color. Growing up, my parents had white walls and a trim color called pearwood, which I don't think is made anymore, but in my mind I know that color. It is a very colonial green color and I love it, so I may be looking for something like that. I'm also going to be looking for more lamps and overhead lighting for this room. I currently only have a ceiling fan and I will be swapping that out for probably a semi-flush mount light fixture. Okay, so I have my list here and I am about to head out to try to find paper white bulbs and a few other small items. So I have already been to the co-op to try to find them, and I did get an amaryllis there, but no paper whites. And the woman working said she had seen them at the grocery store at Price Chopper, which is our local grocery store, one of our local grocery stores. So I'm going to try there and see how I make out. So I got my list and I am off. Here we go. Okay, so I just got in from the grocery store and I just grabbed some scissors because I want to show you what I picked up. I picked up these were the paper white bulbs that I picked up, and this is how they came. It's a bulb kit, paper white bulb kit. This was $2 on sale. So let's see what we've got. So we've got a container and it looks like 3 bulbs. So let's see how they look. Yeah, 3 bulbs, and this is some kind of peat, must be. Yeah, it's cocoa peat. It just needs to be rehydrated. And put these in, and I did save my stones from last year, and I can go, since we don't have snow, I can go out to my garden and grab some more stones. So we'll see how this goes, but I intend to plant these paper white bulbs. Here, I can open them and see. They're small. These aren't huge.
but I plan to put these, I got 2 boxes of them, in my white false graph tureen, which is very deep. So I have to like build a false bottom and I'll put the rocks on, but they look pretty good. You know, if you can see there, they look pretty good and they've already started. So I'll just peel away some of the dead layers, and I'm not sure if I'll use this peat or just put them on top of the rocks, but that is what I plan to do with these.
Projects. I'm going to hit these drawer pulls with some Rub and Buff. They're just too dark. And as you can see, I did one. There we go. So I did one. It's down here on the bottom left. And so I'm going to Rub and Buff those. So that's going to get added to my project list. I did change out the Christmas dishes and just opted for some blue and white in here. I still have this because I need skeleton keys, which is on my list for 20.
Thank you so much for watching that video to the end. I'm sure it seemed a little all over the place, but to be honest, that's kind of where things are at here after Christmas. It sort of feels chaotic because I'm trying to clean and organize and refresh, and I like to start the year with some new and fresh ideas. And I wanted to give you a glimpse into my method that I use for decluttering and organizing, which you probably figured out is the pile method. I make piles in different places. I use baskets and totes to keep them in those places. So I'm curious, how do you organize chaos? Do you use the pile method like me, or do you just put it off? Or are you one of those lucky people who gets right on things as they come in? So that I would be very interested to know about all of you. But I hope that gives you some insight into how I tackle the organizing, and also into some things that I'm going to be looking for in 2023. We here, our thrift stores have been closed. They will be opening next week, which is going to be this week when this video comes out. That particular week will be when the thrift stores open. So I hope to get back out there. But in the meantime, I have some fresh ideas, some things I'm going to be looking for. And I'm going to be really deliberate, and I'm going to really be searching for the right thing. So you may see in future videos lots of blank space and blank walls and empty shelves, and I'm okay with that. I tend to move really slow. I take a long time to make decisions. I really think things through. So I'm just going to live with that for a little while. And I will also be taking you along as we do that little bit of renovation in the living room with the new window going in and the trim work. So you'll be able to see that as it happens. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I cannot thank each and every one of you enough for your support of this channel. Please consider subscribing, sharing with friends, and if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. That actually really helps us out. So thank you so much for watching. Take care.
Thank you so much for spending some time with us. Here on your screen are a few more relatively refined videos for you to enjoy.